I tell you what, we've got this special guest, David Foster. I mean, he wrote all of my favorite songs, Jordan.
Yeah.
At least most of them.
4 decades of writing music, composing music, producing, and I actually got a chance to catch up with the hitmaker himself and ask how he's been able to remain successful for so long.
You know, I think I've tried to stay semi-relevant. I can't say relevant because I'm not writing hits for Justin Bieber or The Weeknd or Drake, but I do know them. And they have a sort of a respect for what I do and what I've done. And I think if you try to just be a moving target, you know, and somebody told me once, retreat and attack in another direction. So if it's not going well in one direction, try something else. And, you know, towards the end of the turn of the century, when the top 40 thing became difficult for me, that's when I found Josh Groban and Michael Bublé and Andrea Bocelli and started making that music for up until just recently. So retreat and attack in another direction.
And since you've worked with so many stars, I mean, have there been any hits or celebrities you've worked with that have just surprised you the most? Just how wonderful the song did, or how wonderful the celebrity was to work with?
Well, strangely, the person that held the record for being the most fun for me to work with was somebody that you wouldn't think that I would get along with or would even want me, and that's Alice Cooper. We had such a great time. Yeah. He was amazing because I'll tell you why. He was so dichotomous. He would get up in the morning, have breakfast with his kids, drive his kids to school, go play a round of golf, come to the studio, work really hard with me in the afternoon. And then that night he'd go to an arena and chop chickens' heads off. It was like so in full makeup, you know. But then his record was broken by my friend Seal. I did a solo album with Seal, and we just had the best time. So Seal currently holds the record, but I have no real bad experiences.
That's great. What about favorite songs? I mean, I know the list is just ongoing, but I mean, anything that really just speaks to your heart that you've created or composed?
Well, there's a song that I wrote with my friend Carol Bayer Sager called The Prayer that Celine Dion and Andrea Bocelli sing. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of one of those strange songs that it gets played at weddings and funerals. Now, when you think about the ground that a song has to cover to be able to do that, it's kind of unique, I think, at a person's worst moment and at a person's best moment, that the same song could work. So that's maybe my favorite.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. And I have to ask, are there any songs out there that you wish you had been a part of?
Oh, you don't have time for that list.
Really?
I mean, just take half of Billy Joel's category.
Oh, okay.
I mean, catalog. Take half of Sting's catalog. You know, Rihanna's, a couple of her ballads are amazing. Yeah. Adele, I mean, she keeps banging it and hitting it out of the park. Yeah, there's songs that I hear today, like the Adele single, that I can go, man, you know, it's very piano driven. It's possible I could have maybe written that, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, there's plenty of songs out there.
What else can we expect from the show that you can tell us without giving too much away, of course?
Well, I like to go to the audience, like I was talking to your producer earlier. So I'd love to get up, you know, somebody to sing. So if you are a singer, or if you're even not a singer, throw your hand up, but you got to be loud. You got to go me, because it's hard to hear from stage. You get 30 seconds to wow me and the crowd. So I'll go to 2 or 3 people probably, and it's fun. And the crowd loves it, and usually that person gets a bigger applause than I get all night. That's the way it works.
Of course, right? Yeah. Well, David, it has been such a pleasure, such an honor to meet you. And I'm so happy that you're coming to the First Coast and that you were on our show. So thank you so much for being here today.
Yeah. If you don't have a ticket, come on and get a ticket and come on down, because we're going to have fun. We're going to have fun. Your ticket's free, so I'm not talking
Thank you. All right, everyone. It's an intimate evening with David Foster. Again, you can get tickets at fscjartistseries.org. And this is December 21st at 7:30 Times Union Center. Thank you again, and happy holidays, David.
You too, Jordan, and everybody there. Thanks.
Thank you. And if you'd like to see this segment again, just head on over to firstcoastliving.net.